His name is Dennis Ball. His show must go on. The yellow felt just floats and serves up mad dad jokes. The score is 40 love to me. He's the Wimbledon of comedy. He does the interviews that make your POV skew towards hilarity. Oh baby, can't you see? The score is 40 love to me. He's the Wimbledon of comedy.
I love Dennis Ball.
What is up, ballers? Dennis Ball in the house here with Rebecca Sunshine. Welcome to Dennis Ball Live. And what up, ballers, to all the ballers who are watching the replay. And so if you're watching this after the broadcast, man, I'm gonna put in timestamps once it allows me to do so, and that'll let you skip to the different parts of the video. Like, so if you want to go to Rebecca Sunshine song at the end of the song facts, or the reaction section at the end, or the part where Georgia Constitution Media gets dragged out by the cops, you can go to that section. All right, KR is in the house. Right on. I'm so glad you made it, KR. You rock. Captain Love Handles is in the house. And Georgia Constitution Media, I got something for your set, man. I'll hook you up, man. I can't wait. I just need to get something that's updated. Like, I have some merch, but it's not totally on brand. And we got Scummy Mummy in the house. Thank you so much to all the lurkers who continue to lurk productively. We love you. All right, hold on a second here. We're talking about Yellow Submarine tonight. And Rebecca Sunshine has a song, like a Dennis Ball Yellow Submarine song, which is incredible, which you have to stick around to hear. It's amazing. And we're going to talk about the movie, and we're going to talk about the album, and we have, like, cool facts and emotions and stories about it, like personal stories and stuff. And so, yeah, weigh in the chat, man. I'm so glad the chat is working, and you guys are here with us. And so, we also have a bunch of sub or flub Beatles memes for the end, for everybody to react if it's a sub or a flub. Wait, my sound effects don't work on this page. But they will, ballers. She always has a song, Captain Love Handles. She always does. All right, now before the rest of the proceedings go, Rebecca Sunshine, have you ever been to CHUCKLEBALLS Comedy Club?
I watched some CHUCKLEBALLS before, but I've never personally been in CHUCKLEBALLS.
Well, let's go, man, right now. Ballers, you can park behind CHUCKLEBALLS. It's hard to find street parking in Ball City. Oh, a little weirdness there with the sound effects. We've got Super Ball is the bouncer. Super Ball, let everybody in, man. They're with me. Get it? Super Ball is the bouncer. Yes, thank you for laughing. I appreciate that. Most people are just like, yeah, whatever, man. And I got a round of drinks for everybody in the audience. So I put them in your fridge. So go to your fridge, and it's your favorite drink. It's right there. That's yours. I have some throat cold. I'm going to take a sip.
Thank you.
Scummy Mummy breaking into the chat, in the CHUCKLEBALLS chat. What's up, Scummy Mummy? All right, this first joke is for you, Rebecca. You know, I eat potatoes every morning.
Why?
It's a great way to start your day. To start your day. That's a laugh. Hey, it's Rebecca. That's right. What's up, Scummy Mummy? Hold on. I'm going to move the chat down so it's not on top of you. There. Perfect. Yes. All right. That's a good. Is that a laugh, guys? I think that was pretty good. All right. Joke number 2 goes out to Captain Love Handles. Captain Love Handles. What do you call a laughing motorcycle? You call it a Yamaha ha ha. All right. That's like okay. That was a laugh. Scummy Mummy. Yes, man. What's up, buddy? All right, I'm glad the chat's working great. Do you know, Scummy Mummy, what you call 2 monkeys who share an Amazon account? Primates. Primates. Get it, KR? This one's for you, buddy. KR. What do you call 2 guys who love math, KR? Algebros. Algebros. You like that one, Rebecca?
My new band.
You can save these because I think you have a gig coming up,
Yes.
right? At the 40 Watt Club,
You.
which we're going to plug. It's like next week. So you tell, it's a children's thing, right?
It is. That's going to be actually May 21st.
And it's cool kid thing. So if you're in Athens, Georgia, man, 40 Watt Club, we're going to show the poster later. And there's also details about all this stuff in the comments and links to her bands. Because I forgot to plug all your bands, but we're going to do it later on, okay, man? Sorry. Oh, can I turn up my mic? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Little heads up. There you go. Is that better, Scummy Mummy? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. I'll tell you a joke again. What kind of milk is in chocolate milk, Rebecca?
Milky milk?
Milk chocolate. Milk chocolate is in chocolate milk. It's just a circle of milk and chocolate, which I'm totally fine with because I like both milk and chocolate. I'll have a little cup of milk with my chocolate, thank you. Breaks it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'll pick that as a yes. Great. Got it. Perfect. Thanks, Gummy Mummy. I appreciate that, man. I really do. If there's ever a problem with the sound, ballers, feel free to say something in the chat, because I don't have a real way of telling, aside from my buddies saying to me, hey, Dennis Ball, turn up your leg, man. All right, I have one more. Scummy Mummy, this one goes out to you because you were so helpful. What do you call a flounder in a necktie? Any idea, Rebecca? Sophisticated.
Oh, I like that one.
Sophisticated. You like that? Good. Save it for you. Good. That's awesome, man. All right. Thank you. I feel like that was a successful set, and I appreciate that. All right, sweet. Hold on a second. We're going to go back into the reaction room, ballers, and we're going to talk about the Yellow Submarine, Scummy Mummy. And what's up? Michael Mormino's in the house. Michael Mormino. First, we have this message, though, from the Dennis Ball Corporation, our sponsor.
I love the morning. Time for me and the full, rich taste of Subscribe Golden. It's like waking up to 1,000 new subscribers in my cup. Subscribe Golden. New from Dennis Ball Coffee Roasters. Wake up and subscribe.
All right, we're here. Woohoo, Michael Mormino. So, Rebecca, Yellow Submarine, you saw that in the movie theater in Athens, right? On the big screen recently, didn't you? Or a few years back.
It was in 2009. It was at the Georgia Theater, which is a very famous music club.
Yeah.
Had a special daytime show for all ages. And Abbey Road Live, who is a Beatles cover band, played, and they played the Yellow Submarine movie, and I took my kids to see it, which was super cool.
Wait, did they play live along with the film?
No, they didn't play live along with the film. They had a show after the film, so they did the cover of the album. But yeah, it was super fun seeing it on a big screen, and it was also it makes me verklempt because very quickly after that, the Georgia Theater burned down. And it was 2 years before they rebuilt it. But that's it's an iconic theater. Taylor Swift played there when she was young, opening for someone else, and the B-52s and REM and the Police. Everybody plays there. But we're happy it came back, and now it's less frightening.
Captain Lovehandle, let me check out some of the comments real quick. Captain Lovehandle says he saw it at the Alamo Newman when it came out.
Ooh, cool.
Scummy Mummy, thank you for your kind words about the commercial. I like that's a classic Dennis Ball commercial from back in the day. GCM, you're welcome to use those if you want me to I would like to put a little tag on it so people know what they're subscribing to of something. But totally, or I'd be happy to do a little plug of some kind for your channel, we'll talk about it offline. All right, so in any case, hold on a second. Noonan cops, Noonan, oops, yes. All right, hold on a second. All right, so I just want to say real quick before we get into this, Rebecca, a lot of my facts come from the BeatlesBible.com.
Okay.
Which is an amazing, and they pull stuff from books and so forth, but I have a couple of books here which I use as resources. I'm not a Neanderthal, and I have some facts in my brain, but, I just want to give credit where credit's due because they're great. Now, the song, Yellow Submarine, we have to kind of start with that, right? That's the origin of the whole thing.
Yes.
And that was on Revolver first. I apologize for the terrible text, you guys. But you could see that it was recorded in June of 1966 and May of 1966.
See that?
And then it was released in August of 1966 in the UK and August of 1966 in the US as well, just a couple days apart. And it was on Revolver, and then they put it on the Yellow Submarine soundtrack after. And then those other two ones they showed that I put on there, they do appear on there, but they're more like compilations. The Yellow Submarine song track, which we'll talk about a little bit later, is absolutely a fantastic collection, but it's more of a compilation of hits that were in the movie, and one is number one hits. But in any case, Yellow Submarine, the song, Paul wrote that when he was dozing off to sleep. Had you ever heard that before?
I know that. I don't really know the background of the song at all.
He basically he's just a complete and total genius, and he was dozing off and he thought of it while he was going to sleep, and he was also they would write a song for each album for Ringo, and he was really aiming it towards him as a kid's thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the first time here. And he's because he was really good with kids. He was like an uncle figure, Paul said. He said something he was lying in bed, he thought Ringo was good with children, a knockabout uncle type, and it might not be a bad idea for him to have a children's song rather than a very serious song. But he wasn't keen on singing. It's great because he really owned it. And then as always, when you start, delving in, Rebecca, to Paul's songwriting stuff, there are always these stories of he's with somebody and goes, "What do you think?" He's with a French teacher and he's writing, Michel, and he's like, "What do you think what rhymes with Michel?" You know what I mean? That's in French. So, but in this case, he asked Donovan. He was hanging out with Donovan, and "Sky of Blue and Sea of Green" was a line Donovan wrote.
That's cool. I love.
And of course, yeah, and of course he had just done Mellow Yellow and stuff, so it was a whole color thing. Totally. All right. So, but in any case, it was supposed to be a children's song, but kind of like the film, it's sort of also dovetailed into this kind of psychedelic, nostalgic sensibility, psychedelic children's stuff in a way. I'm sure that a lot, and this record really, I think, influenced the style of the time. The animation style did, and everything from the fonts to just the aesthetic of the film, and it being for hippies and kids.
100%. I've thought many times that I might have enjoyed this movie more if I was partaking of certain substances, which I haven't done. But
Yes, I don't know what you're talking about at
I
all.
don't know either.
No, but yes, I know what you mean. Yes, it is. It's designed both for like hippies who are literally tripping on LSD or high on marijuana, and also for young kids and anybody who just enjoys kind of a fanciful animated story. Um, and plus, it doesn't hurt that the songs are out of this world, you know. Um, and furthermore, I would say, Rebecca, hold on a second. I have a couple of. Oh yeah, all right. So let me just rewind a little bit. So in terms of like making this film, you know, like the Beatles had I don't know if it was basically like a contractual obligation to make a movie, you know?
They weren't really that interested in it, and they were just like, well, we're gonna throw some stuff together, and there's a movie.
Yeah, exactly. And they, of course, I mean, they sort of seems like gave the animators and stuff free reign. They oversaw it. They provided four new songs. You know, Hey Bulldog, All Together Now, It's Only a Northern Song, and one other one, and the other George song, two George songs. Um,
I know it. No, I can't do it.
it's all too much. It's all too much. And you know that I think show like they really didn't care. It was those things. You know, All You Need Is Love was an upcoming single that ended up on the Magical Mystery Tour U.S. release, but it really was just a kind of floating single out there. Um, and you know, they just kind of pulled what was the other song? There was let's see here, All You Need Is Love, and then All Together Now was recorded in 6 hours. Um, Hey Bulldog was recorded in a 10-hour section when they were filming the Lady Madonna video. So I mean, they did it with their left hand while they were making a music video. And hold on a second. Only a Northern Song, I think, was the one that was from like Sergeant Pepper's. They recorded it for Sergeant Pepper's, and everyone thought it was terrible, and so it didn't make it on.
Yeah, the ones they were just planning on trashing, and they're just like, well, we'll throw those in because we don't care about them.
I know, and George Martin wasn't very nice about it. Did you read that thing he said about it?
Remember what he said?
He was like, they were bespoke indeed, not exactly a great fit, the dregs of their inventory. Pieces they would, in any case, jettison, Rebecca.
Wow.
Junk, file and forget pieces. I mean, and he says, I don't fancy you'd use those new songs as highlights embracing story points, but rather as filler at best. And I thought that, like, particularly since It's Only a Northern Song features George Martin's horn arrangements, which sound kind of bad. That's one of the worst parts about that song. I mean, I sort of feel like they would, if they had done the orchestra, if they had put more effort into the recordings of them, they could have been better,
I mean, I really like that song, but it does delve into weird jazzy bits.
Right, and I love it. I mean, I do. I love both of those songs, but it's sort of like John always says, like his songs on Sgt. Pepper's and Abbey Road are sort of polished garbage. A lot of them, like Polythene Pam and like those songs he didn't like. He thought they were just, they fine-tuned these, but like they didn't spend that effort on George. They threw this whole thing together, but I'll tell you something. We're going to talk about the record in a minute, and I'll tell you why I think this made it so good. All right. It's a great movie though, man. Before we talk about the record, it's kind of, a harebrained plot. It's all over the place, like the other movies that they did. But it's, for some reason, I think partly because they didn't have to compel the Beatles to act, so they had they had other characters doing, like actors doing the voices.
Yes.
So they could really make it, they could get a better performance out of them, quite frankly, in the acting side. And then also, the animation was just absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, and I know kids who love this movie. This was their favorite movie growing up, and I know some kids who were terrified of this movie. I think it could go
Terrified?
Yeah, because I guess it gets so psychedelic, and the blue meanies are just like frightening sometimes.
Yes, they are kind of scary. It's true. They really are. Don't laugh, audience. Come on. No, but they are. It is. There are some scary parts of it, but um, they also subscribe to Rebecca Sunshine. It's true, and click like on this video. Scummy Mummy says, you know, and also I feel like the movie benefited from the fact that they could just pull from the entire Beatles catalog, sort of. Like, it wasn't like they were making the Beatles write like a bunch of songs that were going to be a movie. They were pulling it kind of together, and they were like, whatever, do whatever you want. And so as a result, it ends up with songs from Magical Mystery Tour, Revolver, and it ends up being a great like this, as the song track evidences. The actual songs that are in the movie are absolutely fantastic. It's like basically
They did
tons of hits.
great selection.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Eleanor Rigby, there's a lot of them. But the actual record itself it has two sides. You want to describe what's on there? Hold on, I have a picture of it.
Yeah. So the first side is those songs from the movie. Some of
Some of them, but it's the one. Yeah, it's the
background.
4 songs that they did, the new ones, and then Yellow Submarine and All You Need Is Love. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Gosh,
and then the second side is George Martin's
Yep.
compositions,
the orchestra.
which are quite cool. I mean, I personally, Rebecca, like, that is cool to me. I think some people don't like the split record, and they think it's a cop out or something. But
I was always the kid buying movie soundtracks growing up. Like, I would listen to those. I love them.
yes.
So I'm totally into that kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's cool, right? There's more dynamics, and also when you're listening to that, you can tell it's the Beatles composer.
Yes. Yeah, it's very dynamic and exciting to listen to.
It really is, and it has that George Harrison Indian influenced piece, which I absolutely love.
Love that one too.
And I have to say, I was listening to it before the show, and there's one that's called like the March of the Blue Meanies. Pardon me, and it literally, I swear, that John Williams must have been listening to that when he wrote the Imperial March.
That's really interesting, and I would believe that. I mean, I think
Go back and listen again,
Yeah.
Ballers. It was sort of not the entire thing, but there's a portion of it that made me go, hold on. Sort of the chord, the chords that the horns were forming, and some of the progression was very, very similar, and I think that's cool. John Williams,
cool.
props. I like it when artists reference each other. I don't think it's ripping off at all. A lot of their songs would make great animations, man, and so it's perfect. Thank you, Scummy Mummy, for saying I'm the best. I appreciate that. And then we get props for your YouTube channel. Cool. All right, let's see here. So yeah, all together now. Let's talk about the songs on the A side a little bit, the new ones. All Together Now is a really nice, cool song. I love that song. Me
too. I was thinking about covering that one, and I was like, how can I do that by myself?
Yeah, I've given more time, man. I have faith in you that you would actually be able to do it, no problem.
Well, yeah, more time, but yeah, not in.
Yeah, you didn't. She did the song in like a day. All right, hold on a second. So, and it's a Paul song, and it's the one that they did the video clip at the end for, and it's kind of cool. I like that video clip. It's a little bit like out of place, but still works, right?
And I like how they had the weird stills of their faces as they were going through the. Just hard to describe because you're not looking at it, but it looks so grainy, but yet so like there's a lot of movement in them.
And it really was cool. I felt after you see the yeah, they were great photos, and then after you see the the whole cartoon movie, to see them in the flesh is like it touches your heart in a way.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Yeah, I get really excited. Michael Marino, is that right? You have a good.
Mormino.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a great factoid. Mark Hamill says he got his idea for the Joker voice from the Blue Meanies.
I love that. Oh, Mark Hamill.
That's an awesome. Thank you for that factoid, Mr.
That's
Mormino.
really cool.
And so that's kind of cool. And then It's All Too Much and was recorded right around the same time as that in May of 1967. Let's see. All You Need Is Love was like a single, and they just sort of repurposed it. And then Hey Bulldog was, like I said, recorded like during the Lady Madonna video shoot. And can I also say, just as an aside, like, isn't it cool that they were making videos, like music videos?
I know, like they were like early music video makers, and
Yeah, I mean,
I love that.
I do too. I mean, it was because they didn't want to do concerts, but still, I think it's fantastic. I think it's so cool that we're actually left with these high quality film
Yeah,
videos of a lot of these songs. It's amazing.
they're
All right.
taking advantage of new technologies to them, just like you right now are taking advantage of new technologies.
What? Where? There's technology here? What? You mean the record player? Oh, this enchanted Zoom picture frame?
Yeah, like computer magic, and you're using that just like the Beatles used technology. There.
Hey Bulldog, John said, Paul said we should record a real song in the studio, so to save wasting time, could I whip one off? So I had a few words I'd written down. I brought them in and we did it. I mean, what the heck, right? That's a great song.
I love that you can sit down and have a song like that. Like, that's amazing.
I mean, like another one of them was like there was a song that Paul wrote while he was waiting for John to wake up one day. I can't remember which one that was, but it was a pretty good. It was like something from Abbey Road. I think it was like The Long and Winding Road or something huge. Let It Be. He wrote it while John was sleeping. George Martin's score for the film, interestingly, was recorded at Olympic Sound Studios in London in spring of 1968, but then it was re-recorded at Abbey Road for the soundtrack record. So they re-recorded the score. They didn't use the same score. It was only like 3 months later. It was in October of 1968 they recorded there. But he had 41 people in his orchestra, the George Martin Orchestra. I know. It's almost like one of your bands. Which we're going to talk about in a minute. We're going to go through all of your bands because they're extremely interesting and diverse. All right, hold on a second. And blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. They did a couple of 3-hour sessions. And, of course, they were cut. The albums were cut by Harry Moss, and he was like the dude who cut all the Beatles records, and he was the best. But it's just funny how, I don't know, George was so negative about the George Harrison songs. I kind of felt bad about that whole thing.
I agree, because George Harrison is great. Like, you should
He is.
respect.
I'm guessing George Martin would probably say it was a group effort and that they all shared some responsibility for how those songs came out. You know what I mean? And that it was just didn't work out, which I would respect. I mean, he's freaking George Martin, for goodness sake. All right. So the things that I think. What do you think makes Yellow Submarine great, Rebecca? And then I'll tell you what I think makes it great.
The song or the movie?
The movie, not even the movie, the whole phenom, right? It's not a movie or a soundtrack or a song. Now it's a whole aesthetic. It's almost like the Ziggy Stardust of the Beatles.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What makes
It goes beyond the. So, what do you think makes it great?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's something that can just get stuck in your head and stuck in your heart. And even though like the film is especially weird, like it has good heart, and
Yes.
the art is like mind-blowing in multiple ways. And
Yeah, and very groundbreaking, and the music can't be denied.
yes, it's very groundbreaking, and you that's just a phenomenal time period. and that's really expressed throughout that music and that art in that film. And yeah, I think it's just iconic.
And they did a pretty good job of capturing the Beatles' personalities in the script, because I'm sure they'd had the benefit of seeing a few previous Beatles movies, and they could kind of, like take from those characters that they developed for themselves. But they did a good job. I loved, and that sort of dovetails into one of the things I think is great about it, which is the George factor. They added extra George songs. George was elevated literally to a mountaintop.
Yeah.
And that's and he was a guru in it. And I feel like that sense of enlightenment, pursuit of enlightenment, and all of those things that George Harrison was kind of a little more about. His brothers in the Beatles were also into it, but like not as much, and so, but I feel like he flavored that whole project with that,
100%.
And that carried through, I think, to their whole like perception of them. Like, at least me, particularly as a young ball, I thought of them as enlightened spiritualists who were into Eastern religions, among other things.
Yeah, and then they
did
some meditation and stuff, and that was George leading the way.
Totally, man. And I think that had that really, and then also the fact that they didn't meddle too much and they let the professionals make a movie. It became a better movie than some of the other things that they got their hands into. All right, hold on a second. Now, we've talked about this Yellow Submarine business long enough, don't you think? And Captain Lovehandle says the ball is not new tech.
Well, look below me. There's a record that's way more new tech than the ball.
All right, let's look at, before we listen to your song, which is going to be incredible, let's do the meme section.
Okay.
Sub or flub? All right, here we are. Sub or flub. Let me get the comments into a good place here. The chat. Yes, here we are. All right. All right, guys, are you ready? Let's watch some tell me if these are sub or flub. And I'll give you a ding or a noise, depending on what you say in the chat, if you think it's a sub or a flub. All right. Here's our first one. Okay, now this is, and actually not really a meme, but it was just a very strange photo. And there's a few of them in here from like a publicity stunt that was done around the film. And I literally have no idea what the origin of this is. It must have been some kind of industry party or something. But what do you think? Is that a sub or I say it's a sub?
Yeah, it's so weird. What the heck is?
I know. That's why it could be a flub. You think Love Handle says it's a sub. I mean, it's cool for adults. I think a child might be terrified though. Yeah, you can ask your child fans if they think it's scary.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. Me checking the electricity bill. Please don't be high. The electricity bill.
God, yes, sub.
That's a sub. Okay, that one's a sub. We're gonna keep going, not to like belabor the point. Give me a little sub or flub. We have a little bit of a delay, but I want to see them come in. All right. Paul says I will never write a hit. This makes my guitar gently weep. That's a sub because it's funny, but I feel for George, so it's a sub. Captain Love Handles is giving a sub, I think, for the last two ones. KR is giving a sub. Thank you, KR. Awesome. We'll let some other people weigh in. It's taking a minute for them to come in. There's a subs, though. They're pretty good. I love this one.
Yes.
Paul was mean to him. All right. Here we go. The Beatles. Why you no let me live in this Yellow Submarine? That's maybe a flub.
A flub for me. I've seen way better.
We got a couple subs in the comments for the previous ones, but I'm sure that this might elicit a few flubs. It's very meme-like, you know what I mean?
Very meme.
All right, hold on. Good. Okay, there's everybody's back again. All right, hold on a second. I want to get you guys on top of the memes. Wait a second. I can do it. I swear to goodness I can. I'm going to get you on top of the memes, chat. Okay, I think you're on top of the memes. You're on the top of the memes looking. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Not sure if he's going somewhere. We got a couple flubs on the last one.
I like.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. I always like, this is just a well done thing. It's a combination of memes, you know?
It is multiple things at once.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the classic Fry theme, and then he's looking at a rearview mirror, which is from something else, and then, of course, Jeremy.
The Nowhere Man.
Exactly, the Nowhere Man. I'm giving it that a sub, and I think we're probably going to get a couple of subs coming through on this one. I'm waiting for it. There's like a
for Yellow
little
fans very specifically, and if you don't know that character, you won't get it.
Right, exactly. And if you don't know that character, that's fine. There's a bunch of other memes for you to enjoy. You don't need to mess up our memes. Oh, nope, that was a flub. This is another one of those pictures from that.
Oh, wow. Is he helping him get dressed?
And look, you can see the cardboard Ringo behind. There were actually some cardboard cutouts of them they were hanging out with, too.
Love it.
There were some more pictures. I didn't put every single picture in here. Because they weren't very meme-like. But, like...
I want to see the costume is made. Oh.
I know, right? And you know what's cool, Rebecca? Like, they did some, like, Vans sneakers a few years ago. And when they did for the Beatles... And I bought a couple pairs. Even though I'm a ball, I can't wear sneakers. I still collect the sneakers. And they had like a guy or a woman in a blue meanie costume in a video promoting the sneakers. Rebecca, the costume is out of this world.
See that?
It made me say I want that, you know? Because I know you do cosplay, right?
Yeah. It's been a while, but I've made lots of costumes and I make a lot of clothes, so.
Do you go to Dragon Con?
Oh, I've gone many times. Not pandemic, but you know, I'll go back eventually.
Oh, not since the pandemic. Yeah, it wasn't last year was pretty cool, man. As it come out. But yes, I know what you mean. It's a whole thing. You got to fight your way in that place.
Yeah.
You got to elbow nerds and knights to the side and be like, out of the way, I'm Rebecca Sunshine, plebes.
That's totally my style, exactly.
All right, hold on. Let's go back to the sub of flubs. We got a couple of flubs. We all live on a yellow submarine. False. I live on a beet farm.
My sister.
Oh, I lost what you said. Dwight is always...
My sister would love this so much. So if you're in office, they would super love it.
Yeah, I like this too. He's good. I'm not even a huge Office fan, but I absolutely love Dwight Schrute. He's the best. He's just always funny, that actor.
Beats Bears Battlestar Galactica fabric, and I was like, I really want that fabric. Like, I love that more than the Office.
That's funny. All
Yes.
right, hold on. Oh, here's another one.
Wow.
Look at the hands, Rebecca.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if they're movable.
And it looks like balloons on its head or something, doesn't it? It's like homemade.
Maybe they were paper mache. Ooh.
Yeah, probably.
That's done.
Probably painted by an intern at Apple Records.
Yeah, we gotta stick that in a museum somewhere and go find it.
I don't know if it held up to the test of time, man.
Yeah. Have you seen
But
Muppets that, like the early Muppets that look frightening right now because they're just totally disintegrating. It's sad.
sub for Dwight, exactly. Sub for Dwight, man.
Beatles.
Yeah, please sub to this channel for Dwight. Beatles, Bears, Battlestar Galactica. Yes, awesome. Thank you for that. All right, hold on a second. This is good. I played sitar. This is Hipster George. I played sitar before it was cool. Now, if you think this is funny, Rebecca, I'm gonna bring back like there's a bunch of these hipster George ones.
Oh, good. I think it's ridiculous, but it made me laugh. So.
It's funny because it's like that he really is in a pool in this picture. I mean, they put the glasses on him, but he really was just in a pool being serious. I played sitar before it was cool. I mean, that's definitely for me of a sub, and I think you gave it a sub too. I'm waiting for subs. Yeah, sub for Dwight. That's what Captain Love Handles was saying. Sub. Sitar is a sub. Thank you, Love Handles, for being specific, man. I appreciate your thoroughness. You rock. All right, hold on a second. Let's move on to the next. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, dude. Wait. Okay, there's Hipster George. Sorry, it took me a second here. We all live in the Yellow Submarine. Well, not you, Ringo. They got a couple of KR gave us a sub on that one. This is kind of funny, even though it's sort of like encapsulates that whole like Ringo as being like the odd man out thing. And it's John being fun. It's just funny. This is sort of, especially since Ringo sings the Don song.
Yes.
All right, that one's terrifying. What if we don't actually live in a Yellow Submarine? I actually kind of like that.
Yeah. It's Keanu, and I like doing anything.
We got a flub from Love Handles. We got a flub handle. That was probably for the sitar one, or the John being mean to Ringo one. All right, check this out. This is cool. Here's part one of this, guys. This is papercraft. See?
Oh wow! I saw there were logos of the Yellow Submarine, which looks so cool. But I haven't seen.
Yeah, papercraft. Ready? Watch this.
I have to download this. Please email me this link.
I will. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
Put this on my desk. Cool. I love it.
Okay, we got a couple of subs here.
Yeah.
This is definitely a sub. Yeah, I mean, they did an amazing job. This is some... Yeah, no. I guess they probably have to make the skeleton part from, like, probably a firmer, because there's, like, a cross thing.
Yeah, it looks like
there's
cross hatched pieces going in the middle.
Yep, exactly. So, and when you look it up online, or I'll just send you a link, but, you can sort of find it.
Yeah.
I think there's more information about doing that. I would guess those are like firm or sub. Got a couple of subs. This one goes out to Captain Love Handles. I thought he would think this was cool, and I gotta confess, I couldn't figure out who the artist is.
Oh no.
There's a URL on it, but the URL is, hold on. The URL is for like a spam website. I just found it as a random thing that was on the web. It's cool, right?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Your Hondonian, sub for the papercraft, yes. Captain Love Handles did a Hondonian papercraft for Future Folk, and it's absolutely incredible. In fact, Captain Love Handles, if you have a link to that, I'll put it in the description to this video so people can do the Future Folk papercraft project for Captain Love Handles. I think we might have one more meat left, man. We're getting towards the end of the program. Here it is. My friend's taking a picture of me leaning in to see what the fuss is all about. That's like totally me, man. That is so me. All right, thank you. That is the end of our sub or flub section. I'm gonna let Alan Aldridge. I don't know who it is at all, Captain Love Handles. I found it right before the show. I didn't have time to really do like, hardcore reverse image search stuff. It's cool though. I absolutely love it. And if anybody knows what it is, please write in the comments who the artist is so that we can give them credit and so forth. All right. Now, we have, for your enjoyment, Rebecca Sunshine's Dennis Ball song, and we have a couple of flubs and a sub. All right, get ready, guys.
In the town where I reside lives a friend who's extra nice, and he said, hey, come on by in the land of YouTube Live. So we zoomed up in the room till we found this yellow friend, and we sang and joked and played. Happy fun times will never end. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball. And our friends are all around. Many more of them are in this town, and the cats begin to play. Meow, 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 meow. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball. As we hang with all our friends, gazing all around these odds and ends, yellow face and eyes of green, nothing ever could come between. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball. We all hang with the yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball, yellow tennis ball.
Oh my goodness. Rebecca, that was absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. I can't even believe it. You guys, say thank you to Rebecca. So, dude, before we say goodbye and say so long to our friends, all the ballers, for have a great weekend, before we do that, I just want to tell everybody about your show that's coming up, first of all, and which is in Athens, Georgia, at the 40 Watt Club. It's like a kid thing.
Yeah.
All ages, really. And go check it out. Its costumes are welcome. So do that if you're a cosplayer. And you're also in a band called KnightSong, which these people look like a blast.
Yes, absolutely. We do Renaissance acapella music and costume, and we have a good time.
So you do Ren fairs and stuff. You look like you have fun. I actually, just from watching this, I know that they're funny. I like the guy with the cloak, who's like, and I like the lady making a face behind you.
Yes.
And I can tell that lady who's gesturing is doing something probably not very nice. with her
Yeah,
hand.
I mean, that's normal for us. Yeah, we perform all over the Southeast, so.
That's awesome. And then you have your band. This is the Stumpkockers, which is your Rebecca Sunshine band.
Yes.
No, this is Rebecca Sunshine band, which is your kid oriented music, right?
Yeah. Well, we started out grown-up music, just for fun, and
Yeah.
had a show, with that music. But then I needed to do a kids show. I was like, "You guys want to do some kids music?" And they said, "Okay," and we did, and then it took off, and that's our biggest band now. So, and
That's cool.
and so yeah. So that took off, and that's our main band now. But we still do grown-up stuff. Very
Yeah,
not-
Captain Love Handles has seen all of your bands,
I think
and
and he's in one of them because he's part of the Southeast Ukers.
Yep, exactly. And there's links to all these guys and records and stuff in the comments. And then this is Southeast Ukers.
Yes, and we'll be playing at Free Comic Book Day, which is May 7th in Lawrenceville.
Oh my gosh, that's a really cool event. In fact, the Atlanta Ghostbusters, who I have friends with, they're often there too. So if you're around, go to Galactic Quest in Lawrenceville, Georgia on Free Comic Book Day. And like if you have kids or whatever, you can bring them. It's literally a party. They have bands, they have a DJ. It's awesome. And Kyle Putnam is an awesome dude.
Oh God.
I didn't hear what you said, but I think you were agreeing with me.
Best shirt on.
Absolutely. I agree with whatever you said that I couldn't hear. All right, dudes, I got to say, I love you guys. Captain Love Handles, I love you, man. Scummy Mummy, love you. Georgia Constitution Media, love you, brother. KR, we love you. Michael Molmino, I love you, man. Hold on, who else do we have in here? We have some lurkers. Lurkers, I love you. Lurker number 1, lurker number 2, lurker number 3, and lurker number 4. I appreciate you lurking. Good times and watching the show. And Rebecca, thank you so much for being on. You're the absolute bomb.
Thank you for having me.
So check out our show and check out the links in below. All right, peace out. We're going to the Possum Kingdom Ramblers goodbyes thing.
And a 1, and a 2.
1, 2, 3, tennis ball, tennis ball. The world outside is making me so sad. But when I watch your show, it seems the world is just a joke, and things don't seem so bad. Your multi-personality is worth more than your pedigree. You're rolling with the punches like a champ. With all your skill, you're sure when you like the room when you walk in.
That's just a lamp.
Tennis ball, tennis ball. You make me laugh. The world outside is making me so sad. But when I watch your show, it seems the world is just a joke, and things don't seem so bad.
Possum Kingdom Ramblers, Bambi, Ricky, Jazz. It's a real